Hello everyone, welcome to the introduction and what's new for ArcGIS Roads and Highways. My name is Rahul and with me is Praveen. Both of us work as product engineers in the location referencing team at Esri. We hope that by the end of this presentation, you will be able to learn the basics of location referencing for your transportation data. ArcGIS Roads and Highways provides the GIS-based capabilities needed to effectively and efficiently manage route and event data from multiple linear referencing systems on a common geographic basis. Roads and Highways extends the desktop GIS in ArcGIS Pro to provide route or network editing, data management, and geoprocessing capabilities. It extends ArcGIS Enterprise to enable exposing linear reference data and capabilities as REST services. It provides the Event Editor web application, which is built on the linear referencing REST web services to support event editing and QC operations. And the same web services that we use to build the event editor are available to you for customizing and building your own web apps. Besides this, we have web apps for reporting and address management. Highway agencies manage and maintain a broad spectrum of linear referencing data about their roadways. Often this information is distributed throughout the agency in multiple disparate systems. These systems may not even reference the data to a common linear referencing method. For example, the Public Safety Department might maintain crash data based on mileposts located along the highway, while the Maintenance Department may locate signs and payment assets based on a distance from a known point of origin. With roads and highways, the measures associated with data in these external systems can be kept current and synchronized with the edits made to the LRS. In ArcGIS Pro, Roads and Highways has moved to a service-oriented architecture. Instead of using a direct database connection to access data, users will now consume feature services that have been published with location referencing data and the linear referencing capability enabled to do their route editing. Roads and Highways data in a multi-user geodatabase that is used in ArcGIS Pro must be branch versioned. The branch version data is designed to be edited and managed using the version management capability on web services. This data is then published with the linear referencing capability as a feature service using an ArcGIS server federated with a portal. This service can then be consumed by clients such as ArcGIS Pro, Event Editor, and third-party apps to add, edit, analyze, and query the roads and highways data. Let's have a look at the agenda. We are going to talk about the basics of the location referencing data model, and we'll see how roads and highways in particular and location referencing in general are available across the ArcGIS platform. We'll take a look at route editing in ArcGIS Pro, see how ArcGIS Enterprise enables the LRS system, and how you can create and edit events in the Event Editor web app. We will also show the new capabilities that have been developed for ArcGIS Pro 2.8 release. We will then provide a brief overview of the Roadway Reporter web app. Finally, we'll look at what's coming up in the next releases. Let's have a look at the location referencing data model. At the base of the model is a single polyline feature class for center lines that stores the route geometry and location. The network feature class contains the individual route features that make up the network. Routes are polyline MZ features that combine geometry, measures, and attributes. Adding extra attributes to the routes is allowed. Next up are the calibration points. This feature class drives the calibration of the routes in terms of measures. Each route needs a minimum of 2 calibration points. The calibration points lock the measure values at their locations. The measures are interpolated between them. A linear event is used to represent something that is characteristic of a route. For example, function class and speed limits are linear events. Linear events have both starting and ending measures along the route. A point event is simply that, a point that occurs somewhere along the route. Point events include things like signs, bridge location, crashes, etc. Point events have a single measure on the route. Finally, there are intersections. A point, which can be intersection between routes in a network or intersections between routes and other linear or polygon features. Another thing to note is that the networks and events are time aware. So edits that change networks or events result in storage of both the new representation as well as the retired representation or the representation before the changes. Users can set the LRS view date to view, edit, and do analysis on the network from any point in time. Roads and Highways supports the use of a center line to store the geometry for multiple routes. A many-to-many relationship exists between the routes in the network and center lines providing the geometry. This means that routes can be composed of multiple centerline features, and the centerline features can participate in multiple routes in multiple networks. Now let's have a look at how ArcGIS Roads and Highways is implemented in ArcGIS Pro. The Roads and Highways tools can be found in the Location Referencing tab, which is a context-sensitive tab on the ArcGIS Pro ribbon. It is automatically added to the user interface if the location referencing extension for ArcGIS Pro is licensed and if there are location referencing feature classes loaded into the map. There are several route editing tools such as Create Route, Realign Route, etc. We are going to show them in detail later in the presentation. There are some additional tools that are used while editing routes. The calibration point tools are used to edit, delete, or add calibration points, and you can split center lines either graphically or by measure. Next, let's have a look at what happens to the events when an existing route is edited. Because the events are located along a route by measures, when you make a route edit, that affects the length of the route. The edit will also impact on how the events are located on the route. You can configure event behavior rules for an individual event layer to define how the event measures and shapes are updated for each type of route edit. Take for example this route, which goes from measure 0 to 10 and has an event from start to the end of the route. If a realignment is performed using the center line shown, then there are 4 possible options for event behaviors. The first is stay put. Stay put, which preserves the event location but measures may change. In this example, the original event gets split. There are events on the left and right side where the geometry matches. The portion of the event that was on the realigned segment gets retired. Move, which preserves the measures of the event, but the geographic location may change. In this example, the length of the event remains the same, but now the event follows the geometry of the realigned route. Retire, which retires the events on parts of the edited route by changing the to date to the effective date of the edit. The fourth behavior is snap. It is shown here with an example of route reassignment. A part of route R1 is split into another route R2. The events that were located in the reassigned part of R1 are now associated with R2. With snap, the location is preserved, but the measures and the associated route may change. Next, let's have a look at the geoprocessing tools available for roads and highways. The configuration tools highlighted here are used for creating the LRS and for creating or modifying LRS networks, events, and intersections. The primary tools for bulk loading data into the roads and highways are the append routes and append events tools. They are a starting point. Once you got the data loaded, you'll follow up with other GP tools for calibrating the routes, etc. The last group of roads and highways geoprocessing tools are transformations. These are tools for updating routes and events following various edit activities, along with processing tools like removing overlapping center lines and overlay events. Let's take a look at the overlay events tool. The overlay events geoprocessing tool is used for performing dynamic segmentation. It overlays one or more of the linear events against a target network layer and generates a feature class that represents the dynamic segmentation of the input events. For example, we are looking at one route and 2 speed limit events on the route, one for 45 miles and the one for 65 miles. There are also 2 route type events on the route, one for state route and one for the interstate route. We would like to dynamically segment the network so that each route is broken up to include sections with different combination of attributes for these events. After running the tool, the output will include one feature for each section of the route where the combination of events change as you move across the route. In this example, the white vertical lines indicate where the events begin and end, which determines where the output features will begin and end. Next, we'll see a demo of how to use roads and highways in ArcGIS Pro. Over to you, Praveen.
Thank you, Rahul. First, let us look at the location referencing geoprocessing tools. From geoprocessing pane, under the Toolboxes tab, expand the location referencing tools, expand the configuration, LRS, networks, events, and intersections are created using set of configuration tools. Loading of routes and events are done using append routes and append events geoprocessing tools. To support service-based editing of your data in Roadster database, it is necessary to have all LRS feature classes in a single feature dataset. Once your database is ready, after creating the LRS, network, required events, and branch versioning, in the catalog pane of ArcGIS Pro, expand the database connection file, then expand the feature dataset. We can see the LRS dataset inside a feature dataset. Right click on the LRS dataset and choose LRS hierarchy. The LRS hierarchy pane opens and it shows all schema elements, network events and intersections associated with each network. We can add the required feature classes into the map by right clicking. We can add them to a new map. Once all the required layers are added to the map, set the symbology and reorder the layers if needed and publish the service. In order to edit the roads and highways data, we need to add the layers from the feature service. Click on Portal tab of Catalog pane, right click on the feature service and choose Add to New Map. Once the layers are added to the map, rename the map with desired name. The location referencing ribbon will be automatically enabled in ArcGIS Pro. As the edits in the default version are saved automatically in a branch version database, it is a better practice to create a new version before performing any edits. Click on List by Data Source tab of Contents pane. Ensure the data is from a feature service. Select the source and click on Versioning ribbon. Then click on New Version. Enter a name. Set the access permission. Enable change to this new version and click on OK. Let us have a look at the layers in the map. We have point events, county log network, intersections and line events associated with county log network, along with LRS schema layers. Each event layer is configured with different behaviors. In this example, we have stay put event behavior for facility type, retire event behavior for payment condition, and move behavior for functional class. Location referencing ribbon has route editing tools, calibration points editing tools, split center line, and identify route tool. We can zoom to a route and then measure on the route using locate route and measure tools. Also, we have conflict prevention tools. We can see the LRS properties of a layer from Location Referencing tab of Layer Properties. Expand the accordions to see more information. When a new road is constructed, we need to create route in the network for routing purpose. Routes are created using centerline features that define the location and geometry of a route. The centerline features used to create the routes can exist in the centerline feature class. They can be created or loaded using ArcGIS supported data sources. Now let us see how to create a route. Click on Create button from the Location Referencing ribbon. The Create Route pane opens with the option to select the centerlines. Click on Choose Centerlines button and enter a date for the route. In this example, we will enter 1/1/2000 as start date of the route. The county log network is configured for multi-field route ID. enter all the route ID attributes. Note that the from measure and to measure fields are auto-populated based on geometric length of the center line. Enter route name. Now click on Run and observe that the route is created. In this demonstration, the measures displayed on the map is rounded to 2 decimal places. We can verify the information using Identify Routes tool. In ArcGIS Pro 2.8, we support creating complex route shapes like lollipop, loop, alpha, and branches. Now let us create a lollipop route, which is a type of self-intersecting route. The challenge here is that at the point of intersection, the route should have 2 measures. In this example, we have 2 center lines, one for the leg portion and another one for the loop portion of the lollipop shape. From the Create Route pane, click on one or more center lines button and select the 2 center lines. Click on the Choose Centerline button, enter a date for the route, enter all the required route ID attributes, click on Run. The route is created. Note that for lollipop route, 4 calibration points will be created, one at start and end, and at 1/3 and 2/3 of the loop portion. We can verify the measures at the intersection using Identify Routes tool. In ArcGIS Pro 2.8, we support creating 3D route shapes, that is Z support. For demonstration purpose, we have created 2 center lines in the same location. One has 0 for Z values and the other has Z values populated. First, let us create an alpha route, which is another type of self-intersecting route, using the center line which has 0 for Z values. And after creation, we can observe that the route is a complex shape. From the Create Route pane, click on one or more center lines button and select the 2 center lines. Click on the Choose Center Lines button. As we do not need the center line with Z values, remove it using Remove the Chosen Center Lines button. Enter a date for the route. Enter all the required route ID attributes. Note the measures are from 0 to 0.5667. Click on Run and observe that the alpha route is created, which has 4 calibration points. Now let us create another route using the center line which has Z values. And after the route creation, we can observe that the route is a simple shape as the center line is not intersecting due to the different height because of the overpass. Let's follow the same steps as we did in the last example. Note that this time the measures are from 0 to 0.5751. Click on Run and observe that a simple route is created this time instead of self-intersecting alpha route. Modification of existing road will happen in its time frame, like increasing the length of the road. We can use the Extend tool to incorporate the change in the length. Now let us see how to extend a route. Click on Extend button from the Location Referencing ribbon. The Extend Route pane opens with an option to select the center lines. Select the center lines and click on the Choose Center Lines button. Enter date as 1/1/2010 as effective date for the extend. This is the date on which the route was extended on the ground. Choose the route and observe the from measure and the to measure fields are auto-populated based on geometric length of the feature. Click on run and we can see that the route is extended. Use the time slider to see the route representation before and after extend operation. Now let us see how to retire a route. When a route does not exist anymore, use the retire tool. Click retire button from location referencing ribbon. Retire route pane opens. Enter date as 1/1/2010 as effective date for retire. Choose the route using choose route from map button. For the measures, use route start and end measures. Click on run and observe that the route is retired. Use the time slider to see the route representation before and after retirement. Now let us see reassign. When administrative boundaries change and you need to redesignate the route or portion of a route to another route or a new route, then reassign tool is used. In this example, we are going to reassign entire route IR6118 to IR652. After reassignment, the route IR6118 gets merged into route IR652. Click on Reassign button from the location referencing ribbon. The reassign route pane opens. Enter 1/1/2020 for effective date. Using choose route from map button, choose IR6118 as the source route. For measures, use route start and end measures. For the target route, choose the adjacent route IR652. Observe that the route ID attributes from and to measure fields are auto-populated. With recalibrate downstream, click on run and observe that the route is reassigned and gets merged into route IR652. Use the time slider to see the route representation before and after reassignment. Realigning may be needed due to maintenance or repair work to be carried out on the road. The route may be temporarily rerouted. Let us see how to realign a route. In this example, we are going to realign the mid portion of route. After realignment, we will notice that the new representation of the route will follow the center lines. Click on the realign button from the location referencing ribbon. The realign route pane opens with the option to select the center lines. Select the center lines and click on choose center lines button. Let's enter 1/1/2020 for effective date. This is the date on which the route was realigned on the ground. Observe that the route ID, from measure and to measure parameters are auto-populated. Click on run and observe the route is realigned. Now let us examine the events at this location. There are 3 line events for the route. Each event is configured with different event behaviors. The events at this location still did not change. We need to run Apply Event Behaviors Geoprocessing tool to apply the changes to the events. Now let us run the tool. Choose the Countilog network and click on Run. Now we can observe the changes to the events. Facility type event which is not in the realignment section only is preserved. Payment condition event is returned completely as it is configured with retire event behavior. The functional class event is moved as per the measures. Using the time slider and identify routes tool, we can see the representation of the route before and after realignment. Now we will move on to carto realignment. Cartographic realignment is updating the route geometry based on aerial imagery or any input source by making direct modifications to the center line. Let us see how to perform a carto realignment. In this location, we can observe that the route is not matching the imagery. Let's switch off the network layer. From Edit tab, click on Edit Vertices and select the center line. Modify the vertices to match the imagery. Once you are done, just click anywhere to apply the changes. After center lines are updated, the route shapes in the network gets updated automatically. However, the event shapes and roads and highways managed intersections are not updated until we run the apply event behaviors and update intersection point geoprocessing tools. Now let us run the event behaviors for the network. Now we can observe that the events are following the route geometry. It is also important to note that when the center lines are edited, all routes in all networks across all times are modified accordingly. With this, I am going to end this demo and over to you, Rahul, for the slides.
Thanks, Praveen. Next, let's have a look at roads and highways for ArcGIS Enterprise. ArcGIS for Server provides the capabilities for mapping, query, and geoprocessing. Location referencing for ArcGIS Enterprise adds the linear referencing capability to a feature service. This capability is used for editing the routes, events, or center lines, and for doing dynamic segmentation, measure translations, etc. in the desktop and on the web. The location referencing extension also provides a REST API for working with the LRS. The REST services are the backbone of the LRS operations. The API endpoints range from network and event editing using apply edits, query networks and events such as geometry to measure and measure to geometry, and query attribute set. Geoprocessing tools such as apply event behaviors and generate events. So, the REST services can be used to tailor your tools the way you want them to be used. Here are some resources that are available for REST API and samples. These can help you to extend the capabilities of existing solutions. We have comprehensive documentation available for the API and have sample web apps and web app builder samples. Next, let's have a look at the Event Editor web application that comes with roads and highways. The Event Editor is JavaScript HTML5 app built on web services. It has event editing tools to add or edit line events and point events on the map as well as in the attribute grid. Besides this, you can also merge or split events. A wide variety of event selection tools are also provided, such as select by route, by attribute, by proximity, and by geometry. The selection results can be shown from a single layer or an attribute set. to show the results using dynamic segmentation. You can also perform quality control checks on events such as finding gaps, overlaps, or invalid measures. Event Editor also integrates with Data Reviewer to perform additional checks on the event data. Now let's have a look at the various event location methods available in Event Editor. The events can be located on the routes using the following methods. The first and easiest is route and measure. If the event has a route ID and measure, then it can be located on the route. Events can also be located by using stationing measures with an equation point. They can also be located using an offset from a referent intersection event or feature. That means you can locate an event which is say 200 feet east of a road sign. Another method is coordinates plus offset, where you can locate an event on the route using an XY location. If the location doesn't fall exactly on the route, then we locate the event to the nearest point on the route. You can use a combination of these methods to locate the from and to measure of the events. Over to you, Praveen. The Event Editor provides these three types of event quality control checks: gaps between events, overlapping events, and events with invalid measures. Besides these checks, if you want to add any other checks such as an attribute check or an event on event check, then you can create Data Reviewer batch checks that can be integrated with this application. Here, I would like to pay special attention to attribute sets, which shows the results in terms of dynamic segmentation of the selected events in the attribute set. Attribute sets are also helpful in adding event data in the same group or collection of events as received from the field with a single operation. As shown in this graphic, you can add events from multiple layers on a route in a single edit operation using attribute sets. We'll show how it's done in the following demo.
Thanks, Rahul. I'm going to show you a demonstration of the Event Editor application. Event Editor is a web application that supports linear referenced event data editing. The Event Editor application has three tabs: Map tab, Edit tab, and Review tab. Map tab consists tools for managing web maps, layers, and base maps, navigation tools, search route tools, and identify route tools. From the Edit tab, we can manage our edits, we can manage our versions, select events and attribute sets, add or edit events. Review tab has tools to perform QC check on events. It also has tools to create markup and redline routes. Attribute sets are collection of linear event fields that can be edited together as shown in the presentation. Let us create a new attribute set for adding the events. From the Edit tab, click on Modify Attribute Sets button. In the dialog box, click on New Attribute Set. Provide a name. In this example, we are going to use route and measure for both from and to measures. Enable Show Layer Names. Click on Save. Click on New Group button. Provide name as Group 1 and OK. From the available fields, let's drag and drop few fields. Facility type from facility type, functional class and record status from functional class event layers. Click on Save and close. Now set the snapping options. Click on Snapping Options button and choose the desired snapping types and click on OK. Then enable snapping. Create a new version or change to an existing version before performing any edits. Most event editing workflows are associated with a route. The Find Route tool in the Event Editor helps to explore the LRS network. In the Find group, choose the network and enter route ID in the text box. And click on Find Route or hit Enter. The search results will be displayed in the results pane. Within the search results, you can zoom to the spatial location of the results and explore the attribute information. Now let us add events to the newly created route from the search results pane. Click on Add Linear Events button for the route. Add Linear Events pane opens with network and route ID pre-populated. Specify the start and end measures for the event. In this case, we are going to use route start and route end measures. Green cross and red cross defines the start and end measures for the events. Use route start date. Click on Next. Now we can see the fields which we created from the attribute set. Enter attribute values. Click on Apply. The events are added to the route. Let us switch on the event layer and see it in the map. Now let's add a point event on an existing route using intersection offset method. For this, we will switch on the intersections layer. From the Edit tab, click on Point Events button. Add Point Events pane will open. Choose Bridge Point for the event layer. Using Select Route button, select the route on the map. For the method, choose CountyLog intersections offset. For the location, select the intersection at 39th Street and Barnard Drive. Enter the offset values provided by the field survey. So we can see that event location is marked with red cross. Use route start date. Click on Next. Enter required attributes. Click on Apply. Now we can see that the point event is added 0.08 miles west from the intersection. We saw adding point and line events. Now let us see how to edit the event attributes. Let's switch on the functional class event layer. From the Edit tab, under Selection Group, choose Functional Class for the event layer. Click on Select by Rectangle button. Draw a rectangle on the map to select the events. The event records for the route will be displayed in Attribute Grid. Edit the functional class attributes as per field survey. Click on Apply to save the changes. Click OK on Save Options. We can notice that there is a gap in the functional class event layer from the map. Let's perform a QC checks for the events. From Review tab, click on Check Events button. Check Events on a route pane opens. Using Select a route on the map tool, choose the route. Check event layers in this attribute set. We are running only for the gaps and click on Run Checks. The result grid confirms that there is a gap in the functional class event from measure 0.74 to 1.2. Now let us fill the gap. Click on Line Events from the Edit tab. Add Linear Events pane will open. Select a route on the map using the tool. Specify the from measure as 0.74 and 1.2 for to measure. Enable Use Route Start Date. Click on Next. As the gap is only for functional class, we will switch off the facility type and fill in the required attributes. Click on Apply. Now we can observe that the event gap is filled and it is visible in the map. With this, I am going to end this demo and over to you, Rahul.
Thanks, Praveen. Next, we have the other two web apps, Roadway Reporter and Address Management Tools. The Roadway Reporter is a web app that allows the users to create reports from a map-centric user experience. You can create three types of reports. The first one is the mileage report, where you can select a number of attributes from either event layers or fields on the LRS network feature class and then report the mile count of those attributes based on a summary field or a set of summary fields to create a mileage report. The second is the segment report, which allows you to dynamically segment multiple linear event layers together to produce a tabular report that consolidates the event data into one record set. Finally, road log reports can help to produce a report that traverses a route or a set of routes and lists the events and intersections that occur in the increasing order of calibration along with the measure at which they occur. Then we have the address management tools that are associated with the event editor. These tools are designed by keeping the large to medium city governments in mind so that their different business units can manage roadway inventory and address data with a common center line. Here, we would like to share a few URLs to some helpful resources for roads and highways. Finally, here is the roadmap of our forthcoming releases. In the near term, we are looking to add the functionalities in ArcGIS Pro for calculating and visualizing route concurrencies and porting over the cover event behavior from ArcMap. In the medium term, we'll be working on event editing in ArcGIS Pro and we'll also create some experience builder samples that can aid in your customization of your own application. And based on the user's feedback, one of our longer term projects will be to add reporting and analytics tools in ArcGIS Pro. And with this, we are going to conclude our presentation. Thank you.